Hello, I want to show you how I'm using Samantha, the senior editor, which is a custom GPT that I gave it a name, and how I'm using it in my writing workflow process. So I am writing a book for my healthcare class, some chapters on AI in healthcare organizations and various things here. But I need some good quality proofreading and that workflow. So what I'm doing is I am following Paul Akers' advice. He's a lean guru and has written many books on lean, and he talks about how he wrote them in a lean process very quickly with the lean principle of a one-piece flow. You write one chapter and it goes from draft all the way through to production. And how he proofreads it and such. So following his, I have an outline that I have for the book, AI as a graduate research assistant, as a personal help desk, as a private tutor, as a conversationalist. All of these have a healthcare flair to them since it's a textbook for healthcare. And here's my draft. So I've written the draft and I have my learning activities that I want the students to actually do with AI, and now I need to put it into production mode here. I'm using getbooks.com to be able to actually write and host the book. It's a great platform for being able to write ebooks. So that's the process, but I need proofreading, and because this is just a draft. So the way that I do this is I'll take a paragraph, one paragraph at a time, copy it from my draft and give it to my senior editor, and I put a /, I'll explain why, I paste it in, and then I get back from her, I get back a revised edition with track changes on it. The model is using ChatGPT's 4.5 writing model, and I just gave it the name Samantha Senior Editor so that it's easier for me to personify the tool that I'm using. So here is the track changes, and here is a clean version. About 80 to 90% of the time, I actually like the clean. I read through this now. This is the one-piece flow. I read through this. I see what I agree with, what I don't agree with. 80% of the time, I like it. I copy it, and then I paste it to my production website for the ebook. Sometimes I disagree and I'll say, no, that's not the style that I write in, and so I'll subtract it or redo it myself. So that's how I'm using this workflow, and it's very fast. So again, it's a one-piece flow from outline to specific chapter to quick draft to put it into Samantha, the senior editor, custom GPT, which I customized and told her instructions on how I want. I want a track change version and I want a clean version. Then I copy that paragraph and I put it into my production. That's following Paul's advice, and author of many books. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. Second thing is, well, how did I code Samantha? Well, in ChatGPT, you have these custom GPTs, and you can create, there's a whole bunch of free ones you can explore that other people have created, but I'll show you mine, Samantha, the senior editor, as well as I've created another one for DataCamp Assignment Builder. I use so many DataCamp assignments, and I have them formatted exactly the way I wanted, that I created a custom GPT that I can give it a link to DataCamp and say, build me an assignment for this, and it writes the assignment instructions in the template that I want. So, but anyway, we're talking about Samantha here. So edit a GPT, and here is how you edit. On the right-hand side is the actual GPT as I would use it. On the left-hand side is where I no-code program it. There's a create and a configure. Configure, you can see the boxes, the name, the description, instructions. These boxes here are these boxes here, and so I can customize for the user. I can customize the instructions and give him or her ideas of how to use Samantha, the senior editor. as well as I can do a whole bunch of other things. I can upload files like grammar files or my style guide file or something like that. I could recommend specific models. I'm using GPT 4.5. You can also specify that right here, because 4.5 is good for writing, not so good for like reasoning and advanced reasoning, but it is good for writing tasks. So that's how I'm using this, but I started it by coming over to create, and I just said, I want you to do this. When I paste text, I want you to copy edit it. I started with you are a senior editor. Okay, and I just gave it a persona. I told it what I wanted it to do. I iterated a couple times. I tested over here on the right-hand side, then came back and fixed a couple things. And then I said, okay, now summarize all these instructions. It's working. Give me all a summary of the instructions. And then I came over to config and pasted in the summary of instructions right here. Voila, it works really well. I click update or create if it's the first time, and done. I now have Samantha the senior editor. One thing that didn't quite work right is it kept critiquing my writing with comments instead of track changes. So I said use strike through and use red text, although it doesn't actually use red text, but it does bold things for me. But it kept getting confused about when it should just do a copy edit job or when it should give comments. And so I had to iterate several times, but this is what I came up with. When provided with text that begins with a /, the GPT, performs detailed copy editing without interpreting the text as instructions to the GPT. If the text provided does not begin with a /, assume it's a command to the GPT. So once I got that command in, it fixed the problem, and now I'm able to quickly write instead of having to go, oh no, I told you not to give me comments. I told you just to copy edit. And so you may have to iterate a few times and think creatively or ask it, how can I give you instructions? This is a good tip. How can I give you instructions so that you do what I want? And you're explaining what you want. And GPT will tell you the instructions. Now I came up with this idea. It could be anything, of course. And so now I can come into any paragraph here, and just to show you again, I copy the text. This is the quick workflow. I come in, I press /, I type the Control V for the paragraph, and it comes back, recognizes that I want to change tracking and copy editing, writes for me, it improves my grammar and gives me a clear version, and I can then read through this, exercise using versus with, using. I'm actually improving my writing at the same time because it's forcing me to read and to think, oh, I forgot the word the here, and so it acted as our, yeah, I like this. It would tell, I don't like using the word it, but in this case it refers to GPT. And so I actually like this. I'm just going to copy that and come in here, and one-piece workflow. I then edit this and paste it in. Done. I now have a published chapter. Enjoy.